Okay, in this section we're going to have you tackle the installation of the heat shield. The heat shield is necessary to prevent heat from coming off the headers and returning back into the cooling system. When you get done with the installation of the heat shield, you're going to have to trim the edge of this and the shroud to match the contour of the body panels. Then we'll install the muffler in the engine belly pan. Now some tools that will help you will be the duckbill pliers, some long bladed tin snips, and a small sheet metal brake. And we also suggest that you use cardboard to make templates before you cut your aluminum material. Now we have a lot to do in this section, so let's get started.
Refer to the construction manual, section 19, for components and prints. Use the supplied templates and cut out the heat shield pieces from the 25 thousandths stock material. There is a suitable amount of material to make all of the pieces, but use care when laying out the templates for the best use. Builder tip: when laying out the side panels, allow for extra length here. This will be a big help later when it's necessary to remove the shielding for service. Note: the front heat shield E24-9850 for the shroud has 2 notches for the radiator drains. Verify this distance, then cut the notches. Fit the heat shield panel to the front of the radiator shroud. Cleco in place. Trim the width as necessary. Fit the rear shroud heat shield panel and trim as necessary. At this time, keep this clamped in position. More trimming may be necessary when the shroud is trimmed. Cut out and bend the rest of the pieces and assemble them on a surface to better understand how they will go together. Note: the heat shield is inverted as it lays on this surface. Do not cut out the holes for the exhaust pipes at this time. The 2 large flat panels overlap. If necessary, cut out a notch here for a better fit. The width of the 2 flat panels is determined by the front panel. Drill 4 holes and install clecos along this edge. Make a cardboard template of the 2 flat shields to locate the holes for the exhaust pipes. Check the fit of the template. Once the hole locations are determined, transfer the holes to the aluminum heat shield. Lay the pilot side over the passenger side and install the heat shields above the headers. Position the shields and cleco the front heat shield. Now slide the front shroud shield in and cleco in place. Center the pilot and passenger flat shields with the front shroud shield and clamp in place. Check the clearance of all 4 pipes, and if okay, drill 4 holes through the front shroud shield and install the clecos. Drill 2 holes where the 2 large flat shields overlap and install clecos. Be sure the nut plate location does not interfere with the lower engine mount. The side shields can now be fitted and installed. Open the top for the exhaust pipe clearance, as shown here. Use your template for approximate positioning. Drill 2 holes through the shroud and side shields. Be aware the lower portion of the shroud and heat shield will be trimmed away to fit the body panels. So do not locate holes near the lower portion of the shields or shroud. The front part of the heat shield box is secured with 2 cushion loop clamps and a steel bracket as shown, 1 on each side. With both the cushion loop clamps installed, mark the curvature of the tub edge to the front shield. Trim the shield along that mark. Once satisfied with fit, install nut plates and 832 screws. Note, add a little anti-seize to the threads of the screws to help with removal when servicing. Install the rear lower fiberglass panels and determine how much of the shroud to trim to match the contour of the lower panels. Make a trim line on the heat shield and shroud. When trimming and fitting the lower fuselage panels, it will be helpful to cleco the engine belly pan in place. The engine belly usually has to be cut, and add these bends to make it fit properly. The belly pan in position with 8 clecos. When satisfied with the fit, install the Zeus fasteners. The heat shield and shroud edges should match the contour of the lower panels as shown. Use clecos to hold the 2 panels together at the rear. Install the rear heat shield with screws and nut plates. Muffler and hardware. Fabricate the muffler straps and use rubber between the upper and lower steel straps. Use safety wire to help support the muffler while fitting the straps. Install the muffler to the collector with the hardware as per construction print E25-2000. Secure the castellated nut with the cotter pin. It may be necessary to trim the fiberglass panels to fit around the muffler straps. Fabricate and install the heat shields that fit between the top of the exhaust headers and the fuel tank. Builder tip: make a doubler for this end to help prevent cracking. Use a cushion loop clamp to secure the heat shield to the airframe on the passenger side. On the pilot side, secure the rear of the shield with a steel strap as shown.